Hey there, YouTube! So, I know that it has been a while since I made a video, and I'm sorry for that. I've just had a lot of stuff going on, but I promise I will try and be better with this in the new year. Let's see how well this goes. Yeah. I'm currently home from university for Christmas, although I'm heading back pretty soon. But since I've come home, I have noticed quite a few things. But the main thing is about how everything has changed. So I thought I would do a video today, slash this evening, because it may actually be nighttime, about change. Now, we all know that change is going to happen. It has to, that's just like a fact. But for me personally, going away from home for 3 months and then coming back, you notice all of the changes a lot more. When I came home, I just noticed it all, like that. And while you do know it's going to happen, at the same time, it is heartbreaking. You go away, and it's not until you come back often that you realise actually just how much you yourself have changed. It's like, I went to uni, and when I came back I was like, oh, I'm the same person as when I left. I'm still the same Aaliyah. No. Really just no. You notice little things about yourself, like times you like to eat. I've been self-catered since I went to university, so I could always pick when I wanted to eat. And coming home and having to decide it around 3 other people as well as myself makes it a lot harder, and you do notice tiny things about you that have changed. However, you then also notice big things about yourself that have changed. Like, I came home, and one of the first things I did is I met up with all of my friends from school. Like all the people who I'd known for like 7 years, I spent loads of time with. And suddenly you realise you've changed a lot. Like, when I first met up with them, we were chatting, we were making loads of jokes, and I just made a joke, just a passing joke, that when I was at university, everyone would have just looked at me and been like, ha 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 ha, oh Aaliyah. And then I came home, and all my friends were just like, what? Did you just make that joke? And although you don't realise it, you have changed a lot since when you last saw them. I personally feel that I have become more comfortable in myself, in acting how I actually feel, rather than how I feel I should act around certain people. However, you don't just notice things about yourself. You notice things about friends and about family. See, since most of my friends, since I've gone to university, also went to uni, they too themselves have changed quite a lot. And it's like the quiet, shy little people you used to have sitting in the corner are now so open and out there, and it's amazing to see. But at the same time, it's also hard to see because you didn't get to be there for them during that process. And you know it's a good thing that this has happened to them, but it's still hard for you to accept. And then there are the other people who used to be so nice and sweet and kind, and they've come back and they're not so nice and sweet and kind, not gonna lie. And it's hard to see just how much everything has changed. Especially just because when you come back, you know it will have changed slightly, but for some reason in your head it hasn't changed this much. Everyone's still going to be exactly the same. Everyone's still going to act the same. We're all going to be able to get on the same. It's going to be the same jokes. And it's not. And that is quite a hard thing to see and to accept. And I'm not sure why I'm sharing most of this with you. To be honest, I just feel like I needed somewhere to vent and to think my thoughts. And this seemed as good a place as any, because I don't like writing. Whereas rambling on for ages, I can do wonderfully. I'm not even sure where I was going to go with this. It's just... But the other thing is, there's also going to be friends that when you went to university you left behind, whether that be because they were younger than you, or they're taking gap years, or they've decided to reset A-levels, or any number of reasons. And lots of them, when you come back, will have changed a lot more dramatically than you would have thought for people who'd stayed where they were. And I know that obviously that's quite a selfish thought now that I look back on it, but at the same time it is what you think. Like, there are some people who you were so incredibly close with, you saw them every day, you spent all of your time with them, you were the closest people in the world, and you get back and suddenly they're ignoring your texts and they won't answer their phone, and that is quite hard to realise, because you know that they will have changed, that's just a fact, but the insurmountable difference, it seems now, it's hard to accept. But one of the ways I actually noticed lots of changes in myself was in the time that I spent with my family. Because I've been at uni and I've been doing everything for myself, I've been doing all the food shopping, all the cooking, all the cleaning, I've noticed that most people when they come home seem to like having their parents doing things for them again. They're like, oh yeah, I don't have to do the washing, oh yeah, I don't have to do this. I'm not like that. I personally found it irritating that I wasn't getting to do this for myself, because I had set up like a system and a way in which I did it, and I just found it annoying that now I'd managed to get this system and it was working for me, I suddenly had to change it and couldn't do it anymore. And I noticed a lot of little things that had annoyed me loads, like my mum would always forget to take the salt back to the cupboard. And I know it sounds like a little thing, but to me it's just been so frustrating since I came back. And I don't know why, but it's just because I've changed. And it's annoying. But yeah, I don't really know where I was going to be going with this. I don't really know if there was a point to this, if there was going to be an end game, if there was a goal I was trying to reach and coming to some big epiphany for you all. But yeah, everything changes, and it sucks when it happens, because nobody likes change. But unfortunately, it happens to us all, and it has to. I get that. But when you have not been around all the people who you grew up with and spent all of your time with for a concerted period of time like I have, you notice the change a lot more. It hits you like a battering ram, and it hurts sometimes. Sometimes you look at it and it makes you happy to see how people have grown. Sometimes you look at it and see how far you've grown from other people, and that kills you inside slightly. But you have to accept it, and you have to move on. And although that may be hard, you've just gotta try your best. Yeah. Sorry that this has been quite a sad one, or just a weird, depressing one. I'll try better next time. Next time I'll do something ridiculously cheerful. I'll wear like a rainbow monster hat and throw Smarties at the screen. I don't know. Something happy. So, sorry for the weird scattiness of this one. Thank you if you've actually watched all of this, which I doubt anyone has. But yeah. Bye YouTube.